Hi, this is Jerry Silverman, Senior Solutions Consultant at Adobe. In the next few minutes, I will provide a quick overview of Adobe Digital Media in the U.S. public sector. Here are just a few updates about Adobe as a company. Founded in 1982, Adobe recently celebrated its 31st anniversary by earning more than $4 billion in revenue. With more than 12,000 employees in 80 offices around the globe, Adobe consistently ranks on Fortune 100's list of the best companies to work for. At Adobe, we address fundamental customer challenges around content creation and delivery, addressing the entire life cycle of digital content from its ideation all the way through how it is consumed and mobilized. Adobe is the only company that addresses the entire content life cycle, from innovative tools and services to create compelling, rich, beautiful, and useful content, to solutions for seamless delivery and consumer access to content across media and screens, to solutions that efficiently maximize accessibility, engagement, and security across mobile devices, to solutions that enable rich understanding of content access, usage, and ROI across channels. Adobe has focused its business into a vision where our content creation and publishing tools combine with our analytics, reporting, and asset management tools in the form of two distinct service offerings. They are the Adobe Creative Cloud and the Adobe Marketing Cloud. The Creative Cloud consists of the best tools and services in the world for creating digital experiences. The Adobe Digital Media Strategy is what we will discuss further momentarily. The Adobe Marketing Cloud consists of the industry-leading content management and digital asset management platform, combined with analytics, social, and predictive algorithms for optimization. And the integration is as important as these best-in-class tools themselves. Adobe makes content, data, and social collaboration work seamlessly across the two clouds. Right now, we'll focus on digital media in the public sector. The below quotation from Forrester Research emphasizes two important focuses that our customers have: the need to create systems of engagement between themselves and their constituents, and the need for agility in creating and improving upon those systems over time. While constituents usually denotes citizens or external stakeholders to a government agency, Gartner's recent report on digital government emphasizes that transforming internal processes is just as critical to a well-functioning public sector. Adobe has a large and proven track record with a wide variety of government agencies and solutions integrators, and these logos represent some of the largest digital media transactions in FY13. One useful exercise to consider when looking at a government enterprise customer is to examine who their current users are, or potentially could be. Government agencies in general are indeed large distributed enterprises. Enterprises by definition are large entities employing thousands of individuals, which are divided by geographies, specialties, job functions, and other considerations. Apart from some highly specialized government agencies, most will be structured similarly to your average American corporation, with business and program offices, HR, marketing, administrative, and other types of divisions. Within those divisions, you will find groups of Adobe users, but often you will find individual Adobe experts with the following role types. Graphic designers, web designers, video and audio, and photography are pretty typical. In the government enterprise, you will find a large number of administrative and knowledge workers with Adobe expertise, at the very least where PDF and Acrobat are concerned. The job titles for your average Adobe user in government are very diverse, and someone with Adobe digital media knowledge can both specialize in a certain field of knowledge while also retaining a generalist role. They're typically sought across disciplines and hierarchies, so very often a low to mid-level graphic designer or a creative director in, for example, a marketing office can be pulled very quickly into working on a high-profile agency project for a C-level briefing. In addition to the diversity of roles where Adobe users find themselves, they are also responsible for generating a diverse body of content, whether it's brochures, signage, mobile apps, websites, ebooks, graphics, or video. The file types they generate are equally diverse, spanning simple JPEGs and QuickTime movies to highly complex Photoshop 3D models, collaborative publication projects, HTML and JavaScript-based applications, or high-resolution 4 to 6K native R3D video files, for example. We mentioned the Forrester report earlier, in which government agencies must constantly create and refine systems of engagement. Here are some of the most typical ways agencies engage, both internally and externally, and where Adobe helps. The most obvious starting point is an agency's .gov property, upon which the Adobe signatures are crystal clear. Is it well designed? Does it employ a responsive layout? Does it incorporate animation or other HTML5 native features? Below on the bottom right are the Adobe tools that map to these questions. Does their web property value clean layout, the usage of color to help guide the user experience, or good typography? Adobe has tools below that accelerate these capabilities. By looking at an annual report, strategic plan, or other commonly accessible PDF from this agency, we can tell all kinds of information, including what tools do they use for page layout? What tools do they use for PDF generation? Are their PDFs compliant with Section 508 by default? If video is used on their .gov or other properties, how is it used? Do they use Flash, Reel, Windows Media, or native HTML5 video? Are the videos well put together, well edited with nice graphics? Do they caption their videos? Do they offer interactive, immersive gaming experiences? Do they leverage 3D frameworks or other multiplayer online gaming experiences for internal or external training purposes? We can also look at other publishing channels like Amazon, iTunes, and other online publishers. Do they make PDFs and ebooks accessible through those channels? If so, what is their strategy? Do they have any digital publications or native applications available on the iTunes App Store, the Google Play Marketplace, or the Windows Store? Do any of those apps show the telltale signs of Adobe? Do they leverage DPS, jQuery, or PhoneGap? Do they look like native Flex applications? Similarly, Adobe is well embedded in the forms and business process workflows of almost every government enterprise. Looking at some of those forms will tell you which particular features are mission critical to this agency. Digital signatures, rights management, dynamic fields, or other workflow considerations are typical. Lastly, does the agency offer training to its internal employees, external stakeholders, partners, constituents, or others? Does it provide technical documentation or help wizards along with its software? Are its training curricula or technical documentation optimized in any way for mobile and tablet devices? If so, how? Positioning the value of Adobe Digital Media, given the previous discovery questions, could be relatively painless, especially if you leverage our workflow diagrams, productivity studies, and customer success stories. This statement encapsulates the value proposition in a nutshell. Adobe's digital media tools play a strategic role in the government enterprise because they impact every engagement between an agency and its constituents. The public sector go-to-market strategy for 2014 encompasses these three pillars: citizen and force engagement, enterprise process improvement, and training and mission readiness. In the overall life cycle of a government customer's content, the digital media tools tend to excel in the make and mobilize components. However, when we more closely examine the specific workflow for each toolset and project type, we observe some nuances that indicate digital media tools assisting across every component of the life cycle. As you can see, the cycle of making and mobilizing content contains many subcomponents within it, to include planning, managing, and collaborating, among others. Each step in this cycle can involve a number of Adobe Digital Media tools, with specific recently added features listed below that contribute to productivity, efficiency, speed, and accuracy. This workflow diagram details graphic design and document workflows, but we also have diagrams for web and e-learning workflows, as well as a workflow diagram for video, audio, and digital imaging workflows. Keep in mind these workflows are by no means uniform across the government enterprise, but they do represent trends that we have observed. Also at our disposal are independent third-party productivity and ROI studies focused on the advantages of keeping an enterprise's workstations current with the Adobe Digital Media software. The latest release of Pfeiffer Consulting's productivity study, shown here, suggests that up to $10,000 per user per year can be saved due to feature enhancements, new workflows, and performance improvements. The International Data Corporation, or IDC, posted an in-depth study regarding the ROI for enterprises staying current with Acrobat for their knowledge worker segment, concluding on an almost $20,000 per worker per year ROI. These studies are available on Adobe.com, on Infield, and on each reviewer's independent website. In addition to workflow diagrams and ROI studies, we're also fortunate to have a number of customer success stories. For a comprehensive look at all of the publicly available success stories, please follow the link below to our Government Customer Showcase on Adobe.com. Some digital media stories of note include Marines Magazine, Edwards Air Force Base, IRS, USRDS, City of Sacramento, San Diego County, and National Institutes of Health. I hope these slides and overview were helpful, and thanks for watching.